Hello, my name is Amina and the topic's presentation is the universal answer of resources, its assignments, components, series, DNS. I will tell you about URI, URL and your random difference between them. The full names and the identifier is the sequence of characters identifying physical or abstract source that doesn't need to be accessible via the internet, and the type of resources that will be accessed is determined by the context or mechanism on the modern internet. Two types of URIs are more commonly used, URL and URI. To make it clear, let's try an analogy to the real world using the example of person. The person has an address or president. For example, Victory Street supposedly needs to find a person who can do this by starting conservative by a name only, or by a direct submit, or by naming objects together, coming back to the terminology instead of a person. There is some resource on the story on this is the URI. We can identify ourselves in the circumstance address or by its name or QuickBook. You write a solution on reference. A solution is on a common operations performed on your UAs. There are also URLs involved determining the authority that access method and parameters need to locate and retrieve the stats that you write points to. URI reference is used to determine common message. For a URI, reference may take the form of who you like, a specific photo of who you URI, or an empty string. If there is a fragment identifier, it will identify some portion of the results occurred by the rest of the Y. Your reference can be a URI, but it can also be what is known as match the syntax of scheme problem, but it's called separator in order to determine what components are present and whether the reference is relative. Each of the 5 URI components advancing or its subparts and their validation. Domain name system is one of the fundamental technology of the modern internet environment, and the distributed system for storing and processing information about domain zones. This niche refers out of correlated with address of devices in the network, and it symbols names that are more from convenience of or given person spellation. The nice consists distributed name base whose structure remembers logical related domain namespace. Each mode in this space has its unique name. This logical tree grows from the root domain, which state highest level of the next highway, and denoted by start symbol, and already from the root elements of the mint or not branch of.